So why do Adam and Eve matter? That's a great question. Adam and Eve matter because it really tells our origin story. And more importantly, a historical Adam and Eve matter because it gives us who we are by nature. God created Adam and Eve happy and perfect and upright in the garden, and they both willingly disobeyed. We know the old story of Eve being deceived by Satan and partaking and in a sense choosing this forbidden fruit over God and enjoying God himself. And this kind of shows us, about who we are. This reveals to us who our first parents are, and by nature who we now are as well. We're sinners. We are violating God's law. We are by nature opposed to God. By nature we fulfill our own desires. So this is why Adam and Eve matter, because historically they matter so that we could see who we are now. Spiritually they matter so we could see who we are by nature now. And then theologically they matter as well because there's something called imputation that takes place in the garden. Imputation just means accrediting or transferring. And when Adam and Eve sin, from then on their generation, their children, their descendants would be imputed their sin and their sin nature, and now they're by nature children of wrath, as we see in Ephesians. And that's important because we need to, as much as we need to take that in, that now we are all fallen sons and daughters of Adam, there's another imputation that's available for all who believe in Christ, and that's his imputed righteousness. So see, Adam and Eve is a lot more than just a little kid story. It actually it has a theological background, it has a spiritual background, it has a historical background, and it's so important for us to not give up this truth and just call it a myth or call it poetic. This needs to be upheld by Christians so that we could see who we are by nature. What is the origin story? How do we end up where we are now? And this reality of imputation of sin so that we can look for the imputation of Christ's righteousness.